This video is made possible by Francisco Herrera Jr. at the Honda Superstore of Joliet. Francisco is a longtime car enthusiast who is dedicated to finding the perfect vehicle for you. Email him at the address on the screen or contact him with his information found in the description below.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2021 Honda Civic EX. Up front is a 1.5 liter turbocharged inline 4 and down below is a CVT. Now I am super excited to be driving this here EX for a couple of different reasons. First of all is that I love Civics and I think that they really are a very smart driving choice for a lot of people, and I like being able to show that off. The second reason is the fact that this marks the first video that I am filming with Honda of Joliet. And so I'm excited about what we can do together. They have an absolutely awesome dealership. I know you just heard about it and you're gonna hear about it again, but I just wanna get that out there. It's very exciting always to start working with a new dealership. Now, before we get on to the rest of the video, if you guys are interested in selling your car, please click the link in the description below. Cashforcars.com will buy your car with a salvage title, good title, running, non-running, whatever it is. Please go support the channel by clicking the link in the description below. You can get a fast and easy quote for free, and they will pick up your vehicle in less than 24 hours. So let's get back to that 1.5 liter inline 4. Well, it makes about 174 horsepower and is actually the same engine that you'll find in the Honda Civic Si, the performance version. However, that one has a little bit of a tune on it and obviously makes more power, but it's actually the same engine essentially. The 1.5 liter turbo they've been putting in vehicles for the last couple of years now, and I haven't really seen too many issues with them. That being said, it's a Honda. They usually don't have too many issues, and we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But I like the power numbers. It makes solid, reliable power. It's not going to blow the doors off a Lamborghini, but it's a Honda Civic. What do you expect? Fuel economy I will put up on the screen. Guys, it's a Honda Civic. It's great. Honda Civics have always had good fuel economy. They will always have good fuel economy. And so that's nothing new, but if you want to know specific numbers, here they are. And of course, liters per 100 kilometers will be up at the top. Like I said, paired to it is a CVT, which means continuously variable transmission. This is just the way that a lot of cars are going. It's automatic. You don't have to shift anything. There aren't any set gears in the transmission. It's actually a sort of belt system with a ratio, blah, blah, blah. All you need to know is that it's automatic and it's nice and smooth. I don't really notice any weird tendencies that CVTs used to have. This is pretty much smoothed out, and I really like that. Last but not least, the Civic is front-wheel drive, and there is no all-wheel drive version that is offered. And I wish that there was. I wish that Honda would kind of step up their game and go towards an all-wheel drive Civic, just because that was one of the big pulling powers of why I bought my Mazda 3. It's because I could get a hatchback that was all-wheel drive, and I think Honda could really make some money if they offered an all-wheel drive Honda Civic. So let's talk about the interior. We have a fair bit to talk about here in the Civic. Well, in front of me, I have 3 different gauge areas. On the left is my coolant temperature. In the middle is my digital gauge. We'll get back to that. And on the right is my fuel. First of all, I love the fuel and coolant temperature gauges because they look like health bars in a video game. I absolutely love the look of them. I think they look sleek. I think they look modern, and they look fun. I mean, why not? You know, gauges are pretty much all digital these days. Why not make them fun? Why not have some fun with it? I don't understand that, and Honda definitely had some fun with it. Now getting back to that center screen, it is all digital. I have my tachometer on the outside and my speed in the middle. It looks great, and I can cycle through a bunch of information on that center screen like I'm doing now. I'll show you guys a little bit of what it can do. I love this. It's a digital screen. I think you should be able to look at any information you want. And you can. You can even look at a boost gauge if you want, because this is a 1.5 liter turbo, so it makes boost, which is pretty fun. On the steering wheel on the left, I have my controls for that center screen, as well as my information button and my phone options, voice commands, hang up, pick up, things like that. Then on the right, I have my cruise control options, which are awesome because this car has radar cruise. All Honda Civics now have adaptive cruise control, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite features in modern cars, but the fact that every single Honda Civic gets it now, base model or touring model, it's great. And that is really nice. I like the overall look and feel of the steering wheel. It is leather wrapped. I think it looks nice, looks very presentable, and looks very modern, which is what I look for in a steering wheel. To the left of me, I have my pre-collision alert, traction control, and lane keep assist buttons. And on the door, I have my power windows, power locks, and power mirrors. Moving into the center of the vehicle, I do have 2 climate control vents, very nice, and then I have my center display. Now, I do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto here in the Civic. Again, all Civics get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great. It's not an added package. It's not, you don't have to spec it out when you order your Civic. Every single one of them gets it, and I think that that's really, really smart. That being said, I do have a standard Honda system as well. I have Honda Link, my settings, phone, audio, things like that. It's pretty basic. It's very usable. It's user-friendly. I know what I'm doing within a minute of trying to use it, which cannot be said about all car infotainment systems. But one of the nicest things about this center display, and actually it's controllable on the stalk over here, is when I make a right turn or turn on my right side blinker, because that's a big blind spot, it actually turns the center screen into a camera that is checking my blind spot. This is amazing. This is one of the best safety features of any car recently, and I really truly do not understand why other auto manufacturers don't do this. It seems so simple and such a no-brainer, and yet Mazda doesn't do it, Toyota doesn't do it, Nissan doesn't do it. I don't understand that. I don't understand why. This is such a great feature. I absolutely love it. It makes driving so much safer, and anytime you turn on your right turn signal, boom, the camera turns on automatically, and I love that. I really, really love that. I think it's so smart, and honestly, one of my favorite features of the Honda Civic. The Accord does it as well. Down below that center screen, I do have my climate controls. Nothing too crazy here. I do have dual zone climate, which is nice, as well as I do have heated seats and heated mirrors. So the front 2 seats are heated seats. I am pleasantly enjoying on this cold December morning. It is the first day of December, and I am feeling it, but I don't have to feel it as much here in the Civic because I have my heated seats. Then I get a nice little tray here to put whatever I want, and then I have the shifter and shifter area. The shifter feels good. Like every other Honda shifter ever produced, this shifter feels good, and I really, really like it. But around the shifter, I have a couple interesting buttons. First of all, I have my brake hold button. This is a great feature, and actually I complained about it, the new Kia Sorento not having this feature. Auto brake hold is when you come to a stop, you hit the brake a little bit extra hard, and your vehicle will stay there. When you're ready to go again, you just lightly get back on the gas and it disengages the brake automatically and lets you go. This is great for stop and go traffic. You don't want to hold your foot on the brake or a drive-through, anything like that, any situation like that. This is an absolute must for me when it comes to buying a new car because it's really genuinely one of the best features. I love it, and I'm glad that the Civic has it. Of course, down below that is the power parking brake, which makes the auto holding brake possible. And then I have on the right side my Econ button. So this basically just puts the car into economy mode, gets better gas mileage, runs more efficiently, and of course, we all love that. Then I have the center console with 2 cup holders, very, very large center console. You can fit a ton of stuff in here. Very utilitarian, and I'm a big fan. Now we gotta talk about the seats. The seats are nice and comfortable. They have decent side bolsters, but nothing too aggressive. It's not a Type R. And like I said, they are power, they are heated. However, they are not memory, unfortunately, but you can go up to the Touring if you want that. The EX is pretty much a mid-level Civic. It's not a base model, but it's not the top. And so memory seats is one of those lacking features. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2021 Honda Civic EX hatch, and the back seats are okay. They're not amazing. If you really need back seat room, I would highly suggest moving up to the Honda Accord. The Honda Accord is a slightly longer chassis, and so it has a little bit extra room in the back for rear occupants. That being said, I do have a fold-out center console here with 2 cup holders. But besides that, I don't really get any amenities here. I do have grab handles, which is nice. Speakers in the doors, which is great. However, it's not anything too crazy. Headroom is good. I'm 5'11". I got, maybe a half inch to an inch of room if I sit all the way up. And the seats are decently comfortable. They're not as hard as a rock, which is nice for a vehicle at this price point. So overall, it's a decent back seat. It's not going to win any awards, but at least it has them. And I would highly, highly, highly suggest getting this over a coupe. A coupe Civic to me is kind of an oxymoron. Get the hatch. The hatch is the most practical. It's going to fit most lifestyles, and it's just better. Speaking of the hatch, though, let's walk around the back, take a look at the cargo space. So we're around the back of the Honda Civic EX hatch. Open this up like that, and look at all of that space. I mean, the opening is huge. I would argue a lot bigger than the Mazda 3. I have this nice privacy cover that comes from the side instead of back, which I really, really like. These seats do fold down, so with the flick of a button right there, that one's down, and that one will go down too, although I adjusted my seat so it doesn't go all the way flat, but it would if I weren't so spindly. But obviously floor mats here because it is a brand new car. Let's check. Oh, we get a spare tire. Nice. And I like how this kind of bends and folds up. I think that's cool. This is a huge buying point for me with the Civic. I like the size of the hatch. You could fit a lot of stuff in here. Room is not going to be an issue. And I mean, just look at that. Look at how much space. This is huge. Whoosh. This is really, really great. This is why I would buy a Civic like this. Now we gotta talk about the look. I love the look of the 2021 Civic. I think it looks good. I think it looks modern. And I like the white on black. These are not aftermarket wheels. These are actually wheels offered from Honda, which is great. I love the look of them. I like the white color. It's a nice crystal white. I mean, it's no championship white, but it is a nice white color. And I think overall, the hatch especially, I think it's a good looking car. And so I have two final thoughts on the Civic. First of all, is that, like I just mentioned, I like the look of it, but actually this is the last year for this body style of Honda Civic. Next year, they are releasing a completely redesigned Civic, and so this is the last one. This is the last year of this body style, and I have to say I like this body style. I've always enjoyed these. I reviewed a 2019 Civic hatch not too long ago, and I enjoyed that, and I enjoy this. And my second and final thoughts on the Honda Civic are, why would you buy one of these? Why would you want a Honda Civic? There's 1.5 million of them driving around. Well, first of all, there's a reason that there's 1.5 million of them driving around. And so what I've boiled it down to is the fact of sort of a long-winded story, but I use an editing software for my videos, for this exact video you're watching right now, called iMovie. iMovie is the free software that comes on all Apple products. It's free. I didn't pay anything for it. I've never paid anything for it. And it's not anything fancy. It's free. It comes on everything. However, I use iMovie for all my videos because I know exactly how it works. I've been using iMovie for over 11 years. I've gone through all the iterations of it. I've put my 10,000 hours into it. And so when an issue comes up with iMovie, I know exactly how to solve it immediately. There's no guesswork. And that's why I like Hondas, and that's why I like Honda Civics. There's no guesswork. I've driven a ton of these. I've driven 90s Civics, 2000 Civics, 2010 Civics, and now 2020 Civics. I've driven them all. And time again, these cars are reliable, they meet my needs, and they just work. Just like iMovie on my computer, the Honda Civic just works. It just works. Is it super flashy? No. Do I wish it had all-wheel drive? Of course. But at the end of the day, it starts every single morning. When I am up at 2 in the morning trying to get a video done, iMovie works. When I am late for school or late for work and I go outside, my Honda Civic works. That's just it. You buy this car because it works, because there's no guessing if you're gonna get a good deal. There's no guessing of, will it run so long? I'm looking here, the odometer has the zeros before you've reached them. You see that? It's 00001, whatever the number is when I film it. By the time this car is done and in a junkyard, every single one of those digits will be filled up and changed multiple times. That's what I love about Civics, and that's why Civics continue to be one of the best cars you can buy. I really, really, truly believe that. And so this wouldn't be possible without Francisco from Honda of Joliet. Thank you so much, Francisco. He is absolutely awesome. Go check him out. His information is up on the screen. He's a salesman at Honda of Joliet. And the great thing about Francisco is actually I met him from reviewing his Evo 8. He used to have a 600 horsepower Evo 8 that I reviewed, and it scared the pants off of me. And the reason I bring that up is the fact that Francisco is a true car enthusiast. He didn't get the job at Honda of Joliet for another pencil-pushing desk job. He got it because he truly loves the product, and that is what I truly look for in a salesman. So when he contacted me, that's why I said, of course, let's work together, because he really does care about the product, and that's hard to find with salespeople these days. So please go check him out. Give him your business. Give him a call. Just see if he has a vehicle for you, because I think he does, and that is absolutely awesome. So thank you, Francisco, and thank you, Honda of Joliet, for allowing me to take out this Civic. I'm glad that Civics haven't changed too much, that they're still so good, and that's very, very evident. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.